Hello, all of my horrible trivia fans.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody's week?
Everybody hanging in there?
Surviving with the rest of us?
Hopefully, we don't have 4 minute questions,
45 minutes.
45-minute answer periods. So, I think everybody's in here that's going to be in here. If you're joining late, then just jump right in. You might still have a chance to win. If you're new, all you got to do is press the number that corresponds to the answer of the question. You'll have a certain period of time to answer. There's a little bit of a delay, so get your answer in earlier, the better. And I don't think you can change your answer. I think it takes whatever you answer first. So make sure you get it right the first time.
Yep. And I'll start the first one. So, what is the name of the dance academy in Suspiria? Is it Tans, Suspens, Prans, or Dans? What's
It
the
is
name of
not
that
David
dance
Lynch thing,
academy?
but
I haven't
RIP
seen the
David Lynch.
remake. I don't think I want to see the remake.
Probably not good. But as you know, I'm not an Italian horror fan, so I gave
But
you an
it's-
Italian horror question.
And it's funny they were in Suspiria with when she jumps into that wire. It's supposed to be razor wire, but it was just like normal wire. But the way I always remember it, it was like actually razor wire, but it's just like normal wire, just like no cuts on it.
Just
But
walking
it's
through.
still such an effective scene.
You're walking through like a bead curtain.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and then like, you're just like all bloody. Oh, the bead curtain. These damn hippies killed me. Or like the what's the scene in? Is it Doom or is it Resident Evil when the guy gets cut up in all the meat cubes?
Oh yeah, Resident. Yeah, it was one. It was the same actor too. So
it was the same actor. It's Resident Evil though, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the Tans there, ladies and gentlemen.
I thought I'd make it difficult by making them all similar. Tans, Dans, Frans, Suspens.
Yeah, because Cube. That's a good one.
Yeah, David Lynch. I can't believe it because I feel like I was just seeing a bunch of David Lynch stuff like in the feed, and then he's dead. So, what a legend. What else is legendary? The Descent. What are the creatures in the Descent known as? Are they slinkers, creepers, crawlers, or cavers? And you'll see Patrick's creeped into the feed there. We, of course, have a double feature after trivia tonight. This is Friday, after all, in Kings of Horror. And we're going to be watching Blood Theater and Crush the Skull. That's a great name. Not as good as None for You, but pretty good name.
No, nothing ever will be. That's good.
None for You.
What's everybody's favorite David Lynch film?
I still kind of like Dune, even though he didn't get final creative control over it. It's not the movie he wanted to make at the end of it all, but
I love Eraserhead so much.
Eraserhead's horrifying, but it is the quintessential Lynch movie, even though it is like his first one. It's the tone that he set for his entire body of work.
And like just like when it came out, I mean, back then to see something like that, it's just,
in black and white. Yeah, the whole like everything stylistically. I mean, dude was a genius, and it's crazy how like positive he really was for how negative a lot of his movies kind of were, like just like Bizarro, like. But as the man himself was like really just vibing. I guess is the best way to describe it. Like he wasn't a pessimistic person, but his body of work was kind of negative.
Speaking of bodies of work, all these films are bodies of work, but only 3 of them have been adapted into the original I Am Legend, but not this one. So which film is not an adaptation of I Am Legend?
We need
Omega Man, Last Man on Earth, Oblivion, or I Am Legend.
Now, all 4 of these, I think, are great movies, but of course, only one of them is not based on the original I Am Legend story. But I think it's crazy. There's 3 different movies so far based on it, and they're all kind of different, but they all work.
Yeah.
I do think the original ending of I Am Legend is the best, though. When they find out that Robert Neville's actually the monster and they kill him. It's kind of similar to the ending of The Last Man on Earth, where they end up killing Vincent Price, but it's more direct in the book. And it's, of course, Oblivion,
Oblivion.
starring
Full
Tom
moon
Cruise.
feature.
Not that full moon feature. I'm talking about the Tom Cruise Oblivion.
Oh,
it is a full moon feature. 2013 Oblivion is the sci-fi one.
yeah. I'm sorry. That other Oblivion was way earlier.
But that's like what, early 90s? No, the good
Still would have got
Oblivion.
the question right because I was like, oh yeah, Oblivion has the.
It
full
works
moon
either way. Whichever one you were thinking of, it's still not related to Iron Legend. So.
Right. It's still not that movie, so it works.
Jason, I don't want to hear your excuses. A champion like you who's in the tournament of champions shouldn't be making those kind of mistakes. And this is a little bit darker, a little sadder, but it's recent news. The house that's featured in this horror movie was recently destroyed in the California wildfires. Is it the house from Sinister? Is it the house from Poltergeist 2? Is it the house from Insidious? Is it the house from A Haunting?
Got it in there. We didn't have our signature questions last week.
Yeah, we did. We forgot to put those in there. It was new year, new day, new time. Something had to
New,
get.
yeah, exactly.
New 45-minute answer period for the questions. It was a shit cover.
Yeah,
it was fun. Yeah, what did y'all think about Terra Firma? I really enjoyed that one last week. That was Cage was a menace. That dude was out of control in that movie.
Another out of control movie is Tromaville's Terra Firma.
Jesus. It of course is Poltergeist too. But I've seen that quite a few places, iconic filming locations have been destroyed. So it's gonna be crazy to see what the final list is. Like a lot of these probably are in danger. I want to say that the stuff in Sinister or Insidious was filmed in like the Pacific Northwest and not California, but I could be wrong. I want to say I thought it was in California and it's not, but maybe I'm getting that mixed up with another one where it's like obviously supposed to be set in California, but they didn't film any of it in California.
Josh is the guy who knows where all these houses
are. Josh like breaks into all these places and
it's like walking distance from his home.
Yeah, he's just like he's squatting in them. He doesn't even pay rent anymore. He just lives in movie sets.
Okay, so in one of the best movies to come of the 80s, Trick or Treat, who's the ultimate villain? Is it Sammy Kerr, Ozzy Osbourne, Gene Simmons, or Dee Snider? One of the greatest films to come out in the 80s.
What was it with the 80s horror movies and having rock stars in them? Well, actually, 80s movies in general. I mean, like, there's a lot of rock star cameos.
The one with Dee Snider, he plays Captain Howdy. I'm brain farting on the name. Strangeland.
Yep, Strangeland.
Strangeland. That movie's 90s as 90s can get.
Wasn't that in Brain Scan? Snyder's also in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, right?
Yep. Yeah, Brain Scan and Strangeland are two of the most 90 movies ever.
And was it Mouth of Madness or Heart of Darkness? Prince of Darkness. Which one's got Alice Cooper in it?
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness. Yeah. Sammy Kerr.
Yep.
Sammy Kerr. Ozzy Osbourne and Gene Simmons are in the movie though.
Ozzy playing the Reverend and Gene Simmons playing Nuke.
Who's the DJ, right?
Yep. Give Weinbauer the record.
That's a good. We should probably do that as a Discord watch party. Trick or Treat would be a good one.
Oh, yeah. That's another dialogue movie that I know, like Return of the Living Dead. I've seen it too many times.
Return of the Living Dead for obvious reasons. In the Lost Boys, what was used to simulate maggots? Was it shredded paper? Was it rice? Was it paint? Or was it actual maggots? Fun. All these could be pretty cheap, I assume, to use on set.
Yeah, right.
I found this one today, and I thought it was interesting, so I made it a question. It was a last-minute introduction to the 10.
I was watching Good Bad Flicks cover it, and they said they had to have a maggot wrangler and a worm wrangler, and they poured lemon juice on them to get them to go all squirm in the little drop in the box.
Good work, Nick. Got to pay attention. This is as much of a reading exercise as it is a execution. Because the tiebreaker is now completely random. It is not time-based. So it's more important to get the question right, because if you're tied at the end, it's just going to be random chance anyway. So It's rice. They use little rice grains.
You're eating maggots, Michael. Such a good movie.
So if you win, you lose. Well, you got to get there first. Notice you weren't up there last week.
Is this me or you? Yeah, it's me. Okay. This evil doll is featured in the movie Dead Silence. The doll's named Robert, Charlie, Bitch, or Billy.
Where'd that come from?
I think, was this Lee Winnell?
Or
what am I thinking?
I think that's right.
Yeah, really good movie. Donnie Wahlberg, you got the new kid on the block in there. What's the name of the evil doll? Not Donnie, but is it Robert, Charlie, Bitch, or Billy?
All right, we're getting a bunch of spam from a Hell Satan commenter. Thanks for coming out, Hermetic.
Thanks, Nick. It was Lee and James Wan.
Maybe
after they did Saw.
Maybe play the trivia game instead of hailing Satan in the comments there, dog. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I think Dead Silence, it flew under the radar, I think. Like, I don't know what, I gotta see what else came out that year that it just flew under the radar, because it's a pretty serviceable movie. I like it.
Billy. Robert the doll.
That's a creepy doll. Oof.
You know, Hermetic, you can type the numbers to the questions. You know, maybe Satan would want you to do well in trivia. You know, maybe people would respect your opinion more if you win trivia. Just a thought. I'm just spitballing here. It's 1 through 4. 666 don't get you there. However, we do have the 666 marathons. Those are pretty cool. We do those.
Yeah.
What is the Babadook supposed to represent? Is it the horrors of childhood, an overbearing parent, grief, or bad dreams? What about 665 plus 1?
I tell you, if I've never wanted to hit a kid in my life, but that kid in the Babadook, ooh, damn.
There's an advocate for shaken babies.
It's just
vote for Uncle Pete.
Like, I can't even watch that scene where he's in the backseat of the car having a fit, because it's hard to watch.
I really like the movie. I think it does a great job of making that kid insufferable, and then you find out why his whole life is so terrible. Yeah. So it's because his mom is just trying to kill him because she blames him for the father's death, and it is grief. It is it's a symbolism of grief. It is a bad dream. At some level, but the monster is really the mom taking it out on the kid.
Yeah.
Like, that ending is pretty horrifying.
Because it's just tough to get there.
Sure, but she kills the kid, and she's just imagining that, everything's good again. Because he actually can do magic tricks at the end, right? Like,
speaking of magic tricks, that doesn't work as a segue, but hey, what's Jason Voorhees? What seems to be Jason Voorhees' biggest weakness? Is it water, punches, heights, or fire? So, what appears to be his biggest weakness?
He's encountered all these, though. He's taken some damage from all these things.
But
there's one that he's really bad at, though.
Yeah. What was said to be his biggest weakness?
His mom. I was gonna put his mom, and then I was like, no, that would be the ultimate one. It's not technically.
That would be real tricky, though. That would be almost unfair.
That would be. I'd get in trouble for that one. I'd get in trouble.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of anger if you put the answer to this one and his mom.
Yeah, I wouldn't be allowed to do that. He does swim in Jason Takes Manhattan, but people don't like to count Jason Takes Manhattan because most of the movie takes place on a boat. So whatever, it's water.
And of course it was, yeah. A famous line in Freddy versus Jason.
Actually, though, arguably, water still kills you if you don't know how to swim. So you actively have to fight water to not die when you're in it.
Yeah.
So
But he gets
certainly
so many kills in the water.
he
So
does. He really does. I still Jason Takes Manhattan is so fun. I know most of the movie takes place in the damn boat, but those scenes in New York are so worth it. And this is me. How did Odd Thomas get his name? Was it a nickname from school? Was it a nickname for his girlfriend? Nickname from a ghost? Or was it a birth certificate mistake? Don't you just hate those? Oh, Odd Thomas. Get some Dean Koontz in here.
Anton Yelchin, rest in peace.
Yeah, Anton Yelchin was in the cinematic version of this.
Yep.
Man, what a great Chekhov! Honestly, that's what made the new Star Trek for me.
Yeah, and in Green Room he was incredible.
Gone far too soon.
And David Lynch still feels taken too soon.
Yeah. Never fixed your own car. I was more like never buy a modern Jeep or Chrysler or Stellantis or whoever the hell owns them anymore. Like they change owners every 3 years and the engineering is a disaster because of it. So that should be the reason not to buy those vehicles. It was a birth certificate mistake.
See who is the winner. I think you
Mm.
guys did pretty well on those.
Yeah, I think the winner has 8 or 9 right.
I'd say 9. Pretty consistent.
Took it easy on you all this week.
What's going to be the theme for February? Have we decided? Have they voted?
We're doing historical vampires will be next week. So our theme
you're right.
next week for January. And then I don't know. We've got some in the hat. So we'll go through. Andy coming back
with a
storm. Not even up for debate tonight. We have an outright winner. Andy, the sleeper after being sick last week. You all forgot about Andy, but the system did not. Congratulations, Andy. First win on the board for 2025 for you. So we got 2 regulars as repeat winners already this season. Very nice. 10. We haven't had a perfect score in a while. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. That's pretty.
It's pretty good. I'm gonna put a little asterisk next to that one, Andy. That's a double banger right there.
Yeah.
You get all the questions right, you might get a little bonus something. So.
And we had, some of our regulars, Nick and Jay.
Yeah, right, Nick, welcome back. Yeah.
Shout them out. And Heather.
If y'all enjoy, I see a couple new names in the chat. It's do y'all like it on Friday here before the movies? Because you got about 20 minutes and the movies will start. So you got the top of the hour, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, all that good stuff. But so we're hoping that before the movies is a little bit better for you all because you already like to watch the movies and maybe we get some new folks in playing. But we're always looking at the analytics and we'll cook what we can cook. But Jason says they love asterisks. I was like, well, Jason won last week. Jason already got on the board trying to defend his title for most wins in 2025 with a strong start.
And there's an asterisk to that, though.
There is.
I was out of the loop for like 3 months.
That's right. That's right. Uncle Pete's not been competing, so it's an asterisk. it did take Jason like 2 months of unmatched.
And I give all the respect to Jason. He's a worthy competitor, but there's an asterisk.
Well, Andy, I know. We did it on Wednesday for a while. Well, I guess we did it for a year. It's going to be tough. I mean, I've had to adjust. Like, I keep thinking Wednesday, I need to be ready for trivia. And then, like, I'm like, no, it's on Friday now. And it's at 8:15, so it's a little bit different. But, we'll try to find other stuff to do. And we did. It was originally a Thursday night trivia. If you see some of the old graphics and watch some of the old replays, it was Thursday night trivia. It was Thursday night trivia before we even came to Kings of Horror. When we did it on our own channel, it was the Thursday night trivia. So It's evolved a lot over the past, we've been doing this almost 5-6 years in some version. But we've never done it as consistently as we have the last year. So the more important fact is that we've been able to bring it to you weekly for quite some time now. And that's not going to change as long as we can help it. We really appreciate y'all coming out. Enjoy the movies coming up. Hope to see some of y'all in the chat. I've got to get some food, but I should jump on later. Got some good movies queued up. And No, Andy, haven't heard much. I know, still tough, with Leanne's treatment and everything. So, I mean, it's so far. I guess no news is good news, but still probably too early to be able to tell anything. So definitely send all your healing vibes that direction. And
Yeah, she's a hell of a woman. So keep
yeah,
her in your thoughts and prayers.
yeah, definitely. Hopefully, if we have good news to share, we can share it. But with that, you all enjoy your movies tonight. Congratulations to Andy. For those of you who have made it to the 2024 Trivia, say it 12 times fast, Trivia Tournament of Champions. We're working on the format still, but the plan is to have it somewhere around March Madness. So we're going to make a March Madness style tournament. And yeah, cancer takes too many people. It does. So make sure you're seeing the doctor when you can, and try to stay on top of it if because it'll get you. And sometimes you know about it and you still can't do anything about it. But what you can do is you can enjoy today, and we enjoy
Yeah,
having you all, and I enjoy spending time with you all, and I hope you have a
appreciate
wonderful
everybody coming back.
and stay safe, stay healthy, and stay horrible. Gotcha.